Hey, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Daily Dose of Isaac Baby. It is Friday the 1st of January. Look, I just need to, it's Lazarus, let's do the run today, I think. I just need to, it's not going to be the strongest start to the year. I just need to, I need to talk, I need to distract myself, I need to... Oh, are you fucking serious, man? Really? I can't be bothered. Okay, what I was gonna say is I've look, I don't know what happened yesterday. It was New Year's Eve. If you saw yesterday's episode, I was trying to be optimistic. I was talking about how I don't really somebody puts a ton of value in New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. Just try and just see it as one day to the next day. Now it's really gonna change. I was trying to see the optimistic side of it this year. I was trying to be like, oh, it's at the very least the symbolic aspect of saying goodbye to 2020, which has been a garbage year. I don't know what happened between yesterday and today. Between yesterday and today, I don't know. It was set up perfectly for me to smoothly, perfectly transition from the sadness of 2020 into a more optimistic 2021. And I've woken up and I just feel like my brain's in prison. I feel like it's in a cell that is made for itself out of my rib cage, and it's moved my rib cage up to my head, so it's got the skull around it, and it also has like a really like eldritch oblivion level like shield of bone around it that's stopping it from living a free and happy life. And I just was like, okay, let me just open some Isaac, because I talk about Isaac being cathartic. I need to just talk. Let me just talk. Let me just distract myself a little bit. What is this fresh hell? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. What's the theme here? Why is this the New Year's Day? Like, why have you done this to me, Edmund? I don't understand. What is this hell you've created? You've created hell. Edmund's created hell. He's made me want to die. I'm gonna be honest. The longer this goes on, and the more of these hell troll runs you give me, Edmund, the stronger my feeling grows that I would like to kill myself. Pretty much is what this comes down to. What is this? Okay, I'm just gonna run with it, and we're gonna. Hey, could you shoot please, so I can play some bombs next year? Look, this is the hand that 2021's dealt us. Is that the joke? Is this the joke? It's, hey, look at hey, you thought 2020 was done. Well, look at this. We're gonna give you a bad omen. Let's start you with a garbage run. Keep feeling like shit, losers. Is that the joke? Is that the joke? Do I sound a little bit dramatic today? Yeah, I'm not doing brilliantly. Okay, look. Let me just talk about. Let's just talk about New Year's Eve. How was everyone's New Year's Eve? Was it good? Did you guys do out? Hopefully not. Probably not. But maybe you did. I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. Not having a good time. Straight up, not having a good time. What happens when I run out of bombs? I've used 15 fucking bombs. What happens when I run out of bombs? This is not fun. This isn't fun. I don't understand why they think this is something that anyone would want to do. This isn't fun. So I'm basically... Oh, by the way, Josh said yesterday it was probably going to be his last daily for a while. Yeah, good idea. Good shout, Josh. Turns out you just made the greatest decision maybe of your entire life. I don't know every decision you've made in your entire life. So I don't want to, I don't want to say that with confidence. All I'm saying is, it's got to be up there. It's got to be. Right. Okay. So it's just gonna keep giving me bomb top ups. Is basically what's gonna happen. Baby, wish me well. It's all a dream, just like a wishing well. Well, to give him hell. You know that I live in hell. Oh, we'll get different bomb items. It'll make my bombs stronger. I live in hell. I'm hell boy. I live in hell. Just, like, Okay, come get it. Okay, come get it. Okay, that was great bomb placement, I've got to say. Okay, come get it. Okay, well, we trashed that. I've got to be honest. We absolutely smoked that nerd. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, and it was always going to be a bit of a weird one, just given the nature of the year we were sending off, and even the context of last night itself. Obviously we're in tier 4 over here and stuff. I think it was also actually weird because, as I said in yesterday's episode, it was my first ever New Year in my life that I was by myself. That I was alone, so that was kind of weird. That was a weird feeling. Sea clean it. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you right now. that was kind of a weird feeling. And then like 2 hours before New Year's, the news was released that MF Doom had passed away, and there's been a lot of celebrity deaths this year. That fucked me. Cause I'll talk about that in a minute. That one really like took me out of it for about an hour. That one fucked me hard. I like that was yeah. So that put it. BOGO bombs. What does this do? That already put it in a weird standing. Like I said, that was literally like it was like 10 p.m. or like 10:15 or something like that. I found out, and I found out because I went into NL's Twitch chat and everyone was spamming "Rip Doom, Rip MF Doom," and I was like, "Is this like a weird meme? Is this like when you go on a sports streaming site and everyone spams "Rip Joe Rogan, gone too soon, rest in peace Joe Rogan"?" It's like I don't know what it is. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. If anyone's ever gone on any sports streaming websites and seen the Joe Rogan thing. I don't know when it started happening, but that's just what they do. They just say "Rip Joe Rogan." So I was like, is this one of those? Is this like a weird meme? And then I searched MF Doom and it was like, nope, sorry. And I just like froze. I didn't even know. I put my hands over my face and just sat there for about 3 minutes, just like, I didn't even know how to. I just froze. So then I played Genshin for like an hour leading up to New Year's, and then I logged off for like. I'm not logged off actually. I left it. Yes, please. I think I left the game open and then I just went downstairs and then came back up. Like I was off it for like 10 minutes either side of. Did we go in here? We did, didn't we? Why am I wasting a bomb? Oh, yep, I'm an idiot. It's further up. Whatever. Like 10 minutes either side, and then went downstairs, and then I watched some TV, and I watched like the news, and then I watched. I don't even know if Hootenanny was on this year. Not Hootenanny. Never Hootenanny. And I didn't sync that though. Okay, I'm trying to use the flies here. I'm trying to save my bombs for bosses. If we can slow hog grind through. Oh, is BOGO bombs? Does that just give us? We're gonna get 2 every time bombs drop. If we can use this, it's gonna take forever. But if we can use this to kind of slog through the regular rooms, then we'll have our bombs for the bosses. I'll take that. Even though it's hell. And then yeah, like 10 minutes after midnight, I logged straight back onto Genshin, or opened straight back onto Genshin, and then I saw, and this pretty much sums up. I don't know if this sums up 2020 or if this sums up the transition into 2021 perfectly. But when I went on Genshin, my first message of the year, my first interaction, my first message of anyone in 2021, 2 minutes past midnight, Not So Livid pops up, with a message that wasn't meant for me. It was meant for Spink, and it did that thing that Genshin does where it puts you in the wrong DMs when you send a message. So, and that was my first message of 2021. Was a message that wasn't even meant to be sent to me. It was meant to be sent to someone else and got sent to me by accident. And I was like, yeah, that checks out. That makes sense. That pretty much makes sense. I didn't even like. I was so like out of it. I was so like weird. Like I was just like I don't even know if I was sad or if I just felt like garbage. So then when I saw that, I didn't even process at first that that's what happened. I just didn't understand what the context of the message was. Like 2 minutes past midnight. You know, you usually get like Happy New Year messages, and the one message I got was it didn't make sense because the context wasn't there. And it took me like half an hour, and then like half an hour later, I was like, oh shit, he's definitely just meant to message someone else. Is what's happened there. And I was right. So that started the year off interestingly, and then it kind of evened out. Josh messaged a couple hours in and said Happy New Year, and then a couple of IRL friends both messaged within like 10 minutes of each other at like 2:30 a.m. and then that was a bit better. And then I basically just played Genshin. All my good domains, all the domains that I need for some reason are all on Thursday. There's like 3 that I need, and all of them are Thursday domains. So I mainlined. I've been trying to. This is actual hell, by the way. I've been trying, basically just mainlining, trying to get out of level 44. I'm level 44 in Genshin at the moment. So I did all the event stuff, came at a good time, so I can trash through 44. I got like 10,000 adventure XP last night. I started on 1,000 into 44, and when I went to bed, I was at like 11,200. So I basically just... like I did my daily commissions, I did domains for about an hour, and then I went and did like 2 hours of just trashing through the event quests as quickly as possible for XP. And all of them don't even give XP, which is annoying. The Albedo stuff doesn't even give XP. But all of the regular quests you get for it, I did. And then I did a couple more domains because they'd recharged, and then I used 2 lots of fragile resin and did even more domains. I probably spent about 4 hours last night doing domains because the one I need the most is that awful, horrible pain in the ass one. It's level 80, so it's already very difficult. And until last night, have never been able to beat that one solo. And it took a while. I took a few losses. I took like on my first go. Eventually, I got into the rhythm of it because I was grinding it, so I had to do it. I beat it like, I mean, what, between my full amount of resin plus 2 fragile resins plus everything that recovered over the night. I must have beat it about 20 times. So I got the loop going eventually, but at first I was failing that shit over and over again because it was that one where it's level 80 and you get 2 cryo abyss mages and a fire abyss mage. And trying to dodge 3 abyss mages all at the same time, it's not even like it's the hardest one in the world. Especially, you know, there's 2 cryo abyss mages and Amber shreds through their shields. It's just like when she gets the shot off, she shreds through their shields. Getting the shot off, like charging your shot while you've got 3 of those guys shooting their multiple beams at you, it's a nightmare. It's a pain in the ass. And then I have to use Barb to get through the fire thing shield. So yeah, it's not the most difficult in the world. It's just the way it's set up with the multiple cryo mages and they're all level 80. It's probably the hardest one to do solo, I'd say, or at least that I've found. And usually for just XP, I'll just go into a random domain and just go into the lowest level to just shred through it because all I really want is the XP. But because I unlocked Official last night, which was the silver lining of an otherwise just awful shite night, I finally unlocked Official last night, which was incredibly pogged up. So that's what I was doing in that domain, is I was trying to get my artifacts for her. So that's why I needed to do that specific one, was for the artifacts I wanted for Official. I mean, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was I'm glad I got Official. That was a positive, and that was why I went in and I was like, hey, the end kind of sucked, but hopefully we'll start off strong. And then I opened a single because I had some acquaint feint from a wish, so I sent it on a blue one, and then I got Diona, and I was like, that's pretty pogged. And then half an hour later, I did like 3 more single wishes on the yellow one, and on the first wish I got Official, and I was like, holy shit, it's gonna be a good year, dude. Yeah, it wasn't. It hasn't been so far. Hasn't been so far. And then after that, I basically just stayed up until midnight central so that I could say Happy New Year to the group chat, and then I'd been falling asleep for like 3 hours at that point. So I stayed up till 6, sent the Happy New Year message to the group chat, and then just immediately crashed. And then that was my New Year's Eve, and then I've woken up this morning full of it's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't like to talk about that stuff. But just and then this has happened, and then this has happened. So yeah, dude. I don't know. I'm probably gonna play some chess after this. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know. What's going on? Like I just need to get working. I need a regular sleep schedule. I need to be going to bed at 10 PM. I need to be waking up at 6 AM, and then I need to be in work all day doing nothing. I just can't be. I just need to be. Yeah. Anyway, I just need to eliminate. Like, I just need to throw my entire. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. To be honest. To be honest with you. I just need to stop thinking. I just need to stop thinking forever. I just need to never think another thought again. Would be nice. That'd be nice. Just a little bit of a break from having to. Just a little bit of a break from having to exist in this body that the Lord has cursed me with. Yep. No, dude. Curse of the Lost. Brilliant. Love it. That's gonna cheer me right up. That's gonna cheer me. That's gonna feel great about a little bit of Curse of the Lost. A little Curse of the Lost. Just to spice things up. I did think that this run needed a little bit of spice. That's what I was just thinking. You're in... Oh, I just like... It pains me that I have to be this stupid. Honestly. Okay. Like... I mean, whose idea was this? I would love to know. I genuinely would love to hear. I didn't fucking hell, man. I genuinely would love to hear the thought process behind doing this to us today. Like, we finally got out 2020. People have been in hell all year. This is what you're gonna start us off with. What's the thought process? Oh, let's troll them. Epic troll. We're gonna make them. We're gonna tilt them, dude. Let's do a troll run. Let's make it a really unfun one. That'll really teach him. You've lost Josh, Edmund. You've lost Josh. You took him so long with repentance. You gave him so many losts. You've lost him. I know he's coming back eventually, but you had him, and you had one of... Just fucking eat my ass, honestly. Like, just get in there. Like, You had just Joshin, the just Joshin on your side, and you screwed it. You lost him. And look, I just want you to know, your wife kissed me on the cheek when I got here, and now look at you. The one where you can see the KFC through the front window. Good bit. It's a good bit. I'd love to shoot these poops, but okay, yeah. I mean, sure. My hope is that people have just like died early before they got to Rotten Baby on this run. Oh, look at all these batteries that are inside. Oh, okay, this is like fantastic. I'm so grateful that I've been blessed with this because it's just been the bomb was so it's just been given to me, right? Like, what do you want me to do with this? Why are you a piece of shit? Okay, at the very least, it means that zombie baby's gonna do more damage now, which is nice. This shows you secret rooms, right? It does. My zombie baby's gonna do more damage now, so I do appreciate that. And if we can get any more familiars, that as well. Ooh, we're gonna get a lot of health here too. So it's not the worst thing in the world, like I said. Our zombie baby is gonna do a lot more damage now. Okay, that was a very clutch. That basically paid for the 15 cents right there. I was thinking the points for the secret rooms, but that basically paid for itself. But anyway, I hope everyone else had a good start to the year. I don't know what to do with myself now. I don't know. Like, after I record this, I'll go and do my chess, and then after the chess, I don't know. Well, yeah, actually, I'll talk about Doom a little bit, because the Doom thing, as I said, there's been a lot of celebrity losses this year. There's been a lot that like hit people really hard. Yeah, like I remember when the Chadwick Boseman news came out, because we were in we were in a call. I was in a call with Josh and Maria and Spink. I think Paul was not there, or he'd already gone to bed. But with Josh and Maria and Spink, and I remember Maria like read it out, like saw it on Twitter. I think it was Maria that saw it first and said, and they were just like you know. And I remember them being like, "Yo, what the fuck." And that was one of those ones. I've not yeah, sure, okay, fine, I'll do that for free. I don't think I've seen any films that he's been in, and like I still understand like the importance, and you know, a lot of people like looked up to him, and a lot of children and looked up to him a lot, and obviously that was a very tough one as well. But and I know that one hit a lot of people very hard. Yeah, and then obviously Kobe was massive, and that one got me a bit, because I was just like, it was such like a huge person to lose, and so out of the blue, right? But again, it didn't necessarily have that personal aspect for me, because it wasn't like I ever was able to watch him. Like, I got into basketball after he'd already retired, and you know, so I respect him for the legend he is, and like, don't get me wrong, it hit hard, but it didn't have that like personal element to it. But Doom last night was the one that kind of, yeah, it kind of got me. And I don't think there's been, like, I can't think of any celebrity deaths off the top of my head that have gotten me before. I don't think Like Nipsey hit a little bit, but that was just because I was a fan of Nipsey's, and then like it's weird because a lot of like I'm a huge Mac Miller fan. I'm a huge Lil Peep fan. I didn't listen to either of those until after they'd already passed away. So neither of those. If Peep or Mac was still alive, to the point of like how much of a fan I am of both of them now, or alternatively, if I just listened to them before they passed away, and I was the level of fan I am now when they passed away, yeah, those would have fucked me up hugely. Those would have absolutely trashed me. I wasn't. Yeah, this is a piss take. That's absolutely useless. Because of course they couldn't just give us a Krampus head that would have actually been useful. those would have hurt, but I wasn't a fan yet of either of those. So I've never really had one that's like really kind of personally hit me too much. When I read about Doom, like I said, I literally I froze for a second. I put my phone down in front of myself and just like put my hands over my face and was just frozen for like, I must have been, I don't even know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It felt like about 10 minutes that I was just like staring into my hands. It was just like I didn't even know how to process. Like, I don't know. It was a difficult one, and I said this in my tweet last night. Like, he was one of the first rappers I listened to when I was like 10 years old, right? Because it was one of those like, I had like a few rappers, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rap guy. I listened to a load of like, YouTube rappers that made like gaming raps and stuff. I'm not really into that. I'm not really into that now. I see I see some of the like who are some of them now? Crypt and people like Crypt and people like, I don't know. There's a few of them knocking around. I don't really get it. I don't really. It's not really my thing. I'm not gonna shit on him or someone else, but like someone else's if other people are into him, that's fine. I don't really get the. I don't think many of the YouTube rappers are. I don't know. They all have like a weird vibe about. They fit into a subgenre. Like you say YouTube rapper, that in theory the label only means like rappers who make their music and put their music out on YouTube, right? It's like predominantly on YouTube. But for some reason, like, no, it feels like an actual subgenre. They all fit in a very similar category, and I don't really get it. I don't think it's for me. But back when I was like 10, I was into it, which makes sense because I feel like it's mostly 10-year-olds who are into that stuff now. Will this do it? I don't even know what this does because it will reroll my items, right? But what worries me is that it doesn't get rid of the bandana. Because if this rerolls my items and I lose Rotten Baby, I don't even think that's worth risking it. I don't know. I could be wrong. That basically is a 50-50 between completely saving the run or completely condemning you to hell forever. Because that could either change everything and give me a normal run, or it could change everything and not get rid of the blindfold and then get rid of my damage. So I could Google that real quick, actually. I guess I'll Google that. But yeah, so back then I was listening to, Dan Bull and Iniquity and people like that. Binding of Isaac. Does re-roll rooms re-roll the blindfold? Using a dice room to re-roll Isaac's equipment in a challenge will not remove your blindfold. Thank you, Reddit, for that one. +1. Upvotes to the right, to the left, to the left. I don't know. I don't really use Reddit a great deal, to be honest with you. And if I do, it's just looking on my phone when I get my daily notification of what's trending on r/soccer. Okay, just take this fella out. Just if you could just kindly take this fella out. Okay. But yeah, so that was kind of what I was into. So then I was like, okay, and then Eminem was pretty much the one out. So then I was like, hey, I'm gonna start listening to rap. What's rap that people are into? And I was like, oh, everyone's talking about Illmatic. So Illmatic was one of the first, which is one of the greatest albums of all time still. And I was like, oh, what's this Mad Villainy that everyone seems to rate so highly? And I listened to Mad Villainy, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like it was something new, right? It was like a new experience. Like the way that project is kind of put together, the way that he writes and the way he raps and the way he uses his words and kind of formulates his verses and the production on all the songs. That was with Madlib as well, Mad Villainy, and just like it was just something so different and something so unique that it kind of like opened my eyes a little bit to where the boundaries could go with the genre. As someone who was like still relatively new to it and still relatively limited with it, that was like, oh shit, dude, you can do all sorts with this. Like, and I kind of never look back. And he's been like pretty much at least in and around, if not in most of the time, at least close to my my top 5 rappers, basically since I was like, I don't know, maybe like 11 or 12, I guess I could say. I don't know if it was 10 specifically, maybe 11 or 12. He's been there, right? And he was only 49, by the way, and they haven't announced the cause of his death hasn't been announced. So I don't know exactly what happened just yet, and if they don't, you know, if his family have put out a statement where they didn't announce it. So if they don't want to announce that, obviously I'm totally fine with that. And people are saying how in character of him it was like it was the most doom way to go out, and I almost feel like as well. I'm probably not going to do this because the damage isn't that important, but I'll take it anyway because it's only 1 heart, and at the very least, I'll just take it as insurance. If we die, at least I can keep going. So yeah, so in for the sake of him being who he is and just doing, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he wanted, and from him to go out with more mystery. Like he was hip hop's supervillain, right? He was hip hop's mystery being. Like, that was his whole thing. He never went out in public without wearing his mask. He would send like phonies to perform at his own live shows sometimes. So just to keep the mystery alive, right? Like, he was just such a mysterious, and people are already saying like it's the most doomed thing of all time that he passed away on Halloween, first of all days, and that he managed to, that like no one knew until 2 months later, until New Year's Eve as well. That's the most doomed shit of all time, like one last kind of little, you know, shock or whatever. So again, if we don't know how he died, I feel like that if anything, we'll just, it's like one last little doom thing. But yeah, it was yeah, I don't know, it hit me. It hit me really hard. I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know what to say. It's not like he was like a personal hero of mine or like that, or kind of one of my favorite artists of all time. But he was an artist that I held very highly and have had very much heavily in rotation for a decade, and has especially has been, you know, big credit to getting into what is now my favorite genre, and a genre that is going to mean even more to me because being in that genre ended up being part of the reason why I started Yetiness, and you know, I always say my approach to, even though my music taste is a lot more developed now, to where for like 8 years I only listened to hip hop and nothing else. Even though I finally actually have some variety in my music taste and listen to other stuff now. Still my entire approach with the Yetiness stuff is based on how I've always listened to hip hop, and in terms of like, you know, listening to the lyrics and listening to, you know, the message of the song, or appreciating the storytelling of a song, if it's something a bit more black and white in terms of storytelling, or if there's a message to get out of it, or if it's something more imagery heavy, just kind of listening to the lyrics and taking it all in, and the way that I try and break those down on the channel as well. Like, that came from somewhere, and he was such a big part of that developing. So yeah, man, I don't know, it was tough. It hit for sure. I tweeted about it, and I did nearly delete the tweet, and I may still delete the tweet, because I don't know, I feel weird about that sort of thing a little bit. Like in the moment, I was just like I just wanted to say something, but then now, like, with retrospect, I'm like, I feel like I don't know if it's a little insensitive to tweet something about, like, I don't want to be like this guy, you know, he's got like family, right, and close friends who are like actually mourning. So I don't know if it feels like a little insensitive or a little weird for me, someone who doesn't know the guy and has never met the guy, to be like upset over it. So I may still delete that tweet, but either way, yeah, it's I don't know. That one was tough. I said that was like 2 years before New Year's Eve when I was already feeling shitty about New Year's Eve, and then it went into midnight, and then yeah, and then I just kind of and then nothing happened, and then nothing happened. I got a message by accident. That was something. That was nice. That was nice, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird one. It was a weird one. So yeah, rest in peace, Doom, Metal Face, Victor Vaughn, etc., etc. There's a lot of batteries. A lot of batteries in there. Anyway, thanks for coming to therapy. On a plus note, the past few days I finally got my motivation back to do therapy. For anyone who doesn't know, I did psychology at uni. I got my degree in psychology because I wanted to go into therapy. And then right as I was graduating, something happened, which I'm not going to go into because it's embarrassing. Although, you know, you guys know because I talked about it in the group chat. But I'm not going to go into the specifics because it happened in Twitch chat, and I don't want to admit that something that happened in Twitch chat made me gave me 6 months of crippling self-doubt over my career path. But it did, and I basically was entirely put off, and then I was like, hey, I'm just going to go into teaching instead, which is still, to be fair, I'm still between which one I want to do, and which is why I've ended up at this middle ground of maybe doing like speech therapy in children, or helping children with ASD and that sort of thing, with speech therapy or with developmental therapy. Is kind of my middle ground right now, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, something happened that essentially was like the domino of self-doubt that just kept going, and then ended up being an avalanche of dominoes of self-doubt. So I basically had moved on from therapy. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna do a terrible job, and people are gonna just it just isn't for me, because I tried, and the response, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. And it basically put, like I said, and this is stupid to look back on, because it was one person in Twitch chat who reacted negatively to something I said, and I don't know why. I genuinely was trying my best. I don't know why they said what they said, but it definitely stuck very firmly in my mind for 6 months straight. And I don't even want to say even past tense, because I was thinking about it last night as I was as I was kind of just playing Genshin and sitting with my thoughts. It was still something that stuck with me. It's still it stuck with me. And part of me is like, hey, it sounds stupid that it was just like a line of Twitch chat, but I just want to be honest and be like, sometimes the shit, I don't know, sometimes the shit happens, right? Sometimes little things it is what it is, and that's fine. I like to talk about these things because I like to be like, the negative shit, this shit happens. It happens to everyone, and it's fine that it does. But yeah, over the last sort of few days, part of me's just been thinking about it a little bit more, I guess, and part of it's been, you know, seeing some family that I hadn't seen for a while, or getting back into contact with some family I haven't spoken to for a while because of Christmas and stuff, and just talking to some family and being like, when people being like, oh, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you know, I graduated, and you know, I got psychology and I want to go into this, and kind of talking about being like, oh yeah, I want to go into therapy. It felt better than being like, I don't really know what I want to do, you know what I mean? And it felt right saying that that's what I wanted to do. Like I was saying the right thing again, and it was true when I said that I wanted to do that, when I was saying that to people. So I think that was maybe part of it, you know, versus being like, oh, I'm undecided because what I wanted to do, I knew what I wanted to do, and then a person in Josh's Twitch chat made me feel like shit about myself, and now I have questioned my entire life. That doesn't feel as good to say as, yeah, I want to go into therapy. So I don't know if that was it of talking about it, or part of it was, and like the past few days, I've been talking to a lot of friends, trying to help a lot of friends. It's a tough time in the year for everyone. You go from winter, which is always tough, and then you go to Christmas, which is tough, and then you go to the New Year, which always gives all sorts of existential crises, and then, you know, I know I said yesterday in my episode, I said, spoke to Maria a bit on what Friday's Thursday, so Wednesday, and I know I said yesterday I hope she was doing all right. There was on New Year's Eve on the 30th, 4 people. I was trying to like cheer up, so to speak, and then last night a 5th person who I haven't even spoken to in like a year was like, "Hey, are you still wanting to go into therapy?" And I was like, "Or are you still trying to get into therapy?" And I was like, "I mean, yeah, like I'm trying. Not really doing much yet, but I'm trying." I did have that training thing that was about to be, you know, the dream domino to set me along my career path, and then COVID happened, and then I lost it because of COVID, and didn't even do it long enough that I can actually say that I did the training, and ended up after like a year of waiting to get the position, immediately losing it like a month in because COVID, and getting nothing out of it. So that's about as much as I've done. But then yes, that was like 5 people in 2 days who were like, and that kind of, I was like, yo, this fucking sucks. This is like two people. People need people, and I say this all the time. It's like I always say, I don't know if this is a bit like, ooh, he's a little bit like whatever, cringe to hear, but I always say, man, all we've got in this life is each other, and we need each other, and I feel like people need people. They need other people, and I was like, and when I was going through this, and as I said, on the 30th, I was, I don't know what it was about the 30th, like New Year's Eve, I understand and stuff, and that makes sense, and I guess it just was hitting like weird this year. But I spent like all I spent like all afternoon talking to like stressed out. I spent like all of yeah, what day was it? Wednesday. I spent like all of Wednesday afternoon or evening or whatever it was, talking to like stressed out friends. And I was like, dude, I just want this to be better. Like, I want to help these. I want to help. I don't want this to be like this. It sucks that so many people have to going through all this garbage constantly, and that's just like a microcosm of like the whole world, right? Everyone is going through shit all the time. So I want to. I don't know. I think it feels right to try and. It's just I want to help. And at some point I've got to just like eat the self doubt. I'm gonna just vore that shit and be like, what the fuck even just happened? Was there creep? I'm guessing there was creep there. That I just couldn't see. I should have just gone into the boss. I've made the classic mistake here of not just doing the boss and progressing, and instead trying to full clear and just losing points because of it. We were at like 14,800 before the boss. Okay, well let's just go into the boss and die. Okay. I just want to say I showed a lot of self-restraint to not punch my keyboard in half there. I lifted it up and I held it. Look, that was absolute garbage. That was just horrible. That just wasn't a fun run. I don't know what the joke is or why. All I'm saying is, Josh, if you're watching this and you don't do today's runs, because if he decides to do today's run, he won't see this until after he's done it, in which case I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that he... You know what? I was a little bit sad when he said that it was probably going to be the last one for a while. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he managed to get out of that. I think it's just a little bit rude. Anyway, so that was the Binding of Isaac daily challenge. I'm just going to... ramble for a little bit until Streamlabs has started responding again, so I can actually hit stop record. I hope you guys had a better New Year's Eve than I did. I don't know, man. I hope you guys are. I feel like it's been such a pessimistic start. I feel so bad. I feel bad now. I hadn't even thought about it this way. Like in my own head, I feel like I wanted to do this so I could get some rambling out of my system, so I could talk a bit. You know, use Isaac for cathartic purposes. I don't know if that was a little selfish of me. I don't know if I should just... I don't know. I feel a little bit bad now. But if I do upload this... sorry for starting it on such a pessimistic note. But you know what, dude? We'll get it out of the way. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm not here... This isn't pessimism. This is realism. This is I'm sorry I'm doing this. I really hope Streamlabs starts responding soon so I can end the video. We're going into New Year's, dude. We talk about our feelings in 2021. Please, everyone, tell me how you're feeling all the time so I can help. I just want to help everyone. I just want everyone to be happy. I just want all my friends to be happy, dude. I love them all so much. I just want them to be happy. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go record a chess, I think, and then I don't know, man. I might just go to bed. Fuck it, dude. I just. Is there football tonight? Either there's no NFL. I know that's the. No, there's no NFL. Is there any Premier League football? There is, isn't there? I think we don't play until Monday, Sunday. There is Everton, West Ham, United, Villa. And I open the app and there's a nice picture of Kane and Son hugging. This is my favourite sight on planet Earth. After Spink is a picture of Kane and Son hugging. I love you all. I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve. I hope you all have a great New Year's Day. If I record tomorrow's, I don't know if I will. It depends what happens. But if I record tomorrow's, I'm going to come in with positive energy. And we're going to be happy. Otherwise, I'm going to go record a chess, and then I'm going to go and just wrap myself up in a ball of duvet and hope, if I'm lucky, dissociate. We'll see. I can watch him. I'll see you all next. I'll see you all next time. Later, guys. Monk. Alright, crashed again.